Attorney at law Dexter Todd, whose office was completely destroyed in the Sharon'S Mall fire, relayed to the newsroom that the tenants are not ruling out fruitful discussions with the proprietor regarding compensation.
We are still to have a very detailed and collaborative meeting with all the occupants of that building. I think if we go at looking at compensation and a resolution to this matter by ourselves, it will take a long time, one, and two, I think it's going to be an exercise that could have been a lot more saved if we were to collaboratively deal with this matter. I do not want to rule out at this point in time a very fruitful negotiations with the parties involved. That would be the proprietors, of course. I think from all indications, and this is immediately after the fire, the management of Sharon'S mall reached out, at least to me, and I'm sure did so on many of the occupants. And that is, I believe, was an open door for us to engage and to have a conversation. We were all waiting for the fire report to be completed. The fire report is now completed, and we now know what seems to be the cause of it.
During an interview with the newsroom on Friday, Todd said the tenants were waiting on the release of the report into the fire. The investigations were completed last week, and the report of the Guyana Fire Service confirmed that the fire was indeed electrical in nature. The fire chief, Kalamadine Idu, had told the newsroom that the fire was caused by a slack electrical slot inside the building that sparked and ignited materials on the first floor. The fire then spread to the upper levels until it completely destroyed the building. The fire chief had disclosed too that the building was not equipped with the requisite fire safety equipment. However, the owner had refuted this claim in some sections of the media. Asked whether he can confirm that the building was outfitted with the fire safety materials, Todd had this to say.
Well, I have no reason to doubt what the findings are in relation to the report. These are not things that I think a tenant would be really looking for, because most of the tenants, I don't believe, would have asked to see a proper building plan to make sure all your codes are correct. Tenants commonly don't really look at these things. So I have no reason to doubt the reports of the findings of the investigative officer.
The Sharon'S Mall, located on the corner of King and Charlotte Streets, Georgetown, was completely gutted at around 19:30 hours on April 28. The fire reportedly started at around 1600 hours. 4 firefighters were injured attempting to quell the blaze. The fire was merely thick black smoke emanating from the building, but later on a loud explosion was heard, and a huge fire engulfed the top flat of the building and traveled down, sending shards of hot glass flying into the streets. The Sharon'S Mall housed law offices, clothing stores, electronic stores, salons, and cafes, all of which were completely destroyed, resulting in millions of losses. Tenants had relayed to the newsroom that the building could have been saved if the fire service had managed to properly control the fire. Reporting for the newsroom, Shakima Day.